What is up, Wicked Turtle Nation? We just wanted to let you guys know that Wicked Turtle Network has decided to join the Raise Rebellion as brand ambassadors for Raise Energy Drink. Raise Energy gives you fresh, and that stands for focus, recovery, energy, stamina, and hydration. With zero sugar, absolutely no crash, electrolytes, and BCAA aminos. I encourage everyone listening or watching right now to raise up and join the Raise Rebellion yourself by going to your local GNC, vitamin shop, or even online at repsports.com. And order yourself some Raise Energy drinks or other athletic supplements in bulk. And when checking out, use the order code WICKEDTURTLE for a 15% discount. The website and order code will be in the description of this cast. Longtime supporter of Smart Mark Alley, and we've always been a great big fan of his. And he was doing a move at Double Cup Stuffed that he had even done in Japan. Those guys were just in Japan, and it was a move involving a ladder and light tubes, and everything had just went wrong, and cut his arm pretty severely to the point where he's going to be out here for 18 months. But fan support has been pretty brilliant so far, helping him out. He never asked for any of that, but the fans outpouring of support for him and helping him out. So I wanted to go ahead and dedicate this episode to G Raver, and hope you get well and speedy recovery, brother. So that being said, this will be the first introduction to a segment I'd like to introduce to the Duke's Dive called Your Week. With that being said, I'd like to introduce you to the newest segment of the Duke's Dive, which is called Your Weekly Deathmatch Moment. And it will be a moment where I talk about deathmatch wrestling. That's my cup of tea, and that's what I want to bring to the table. And I wanted to give you 5 YouTube channels to check out. First one being the H2O Wrestling promotion. Just go on their YouTube and check out H2O Wrestling. A lot of free matches on there, a lot of promotions for upcoming stuff, past stuff, all kinds of craziness on there. Check them out. A lot of content on there. Check out the Boulevard Bullies. Those guys follow Casanova Valentine around. You get a lot of backstage stuff. You get a lot of matches. You get a lot of content with those guys. And you might even be in their secret club. Who knows? And third one I'd like to introduce you to is Casanova Valentine's channel himself. He has a lot of content on his channel. He has a lot of death matches on his channel. He has a lot of regular matches on his channel. His YouTube channel is a treasure vault, and it's crazy. So just go on his channel, check out Casanova Valentine, check out Schlack. You're gonna get all the Schlack promos. You're gonna get a lot of death matches. You're gonna get a lot of other matches. You're gonna get a lot of stuff on his channel. You're gonna get a lot of his music stuff as well, and other stuff he's done throughout having this channel, and that's also a great library. And the last one I want you to check out is the Murder Death Kill Club group. Has a YouTube channel as well, and that's full of highlight videos and matches and all kinds of crazy stuff. So check out those 5 channels, and the challenge is go on there and tell them Smart Mark Alley sent you. This is my little piece of supporting indie wrestling and getting us to engage in the community and go out there and just be supportive of each other in professional wrestling. So that's my challenge for everybody watching here. Go check out those 5 YouTube channels. A lot of content on there if you like deathmatch wrestling, or if you want to get into deathmatch wrestling, you haven't seen a lot, go and check those out. Tell them Smart Mark Alley sent you. That's your good deed for professional wrestling for the week. Now as I dig into the Book of Smart here, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this here. NXT is going back to old stomping grounds for me, because that's what I started out doing, is covering NXT takeovers and WWE pay-per-views, of course, and then I met Smart Mark Alley, and the rest you know is history. So I wanted to start covering that again, so let's see how that goes. We open up with a fatal 4-way #1 women's contendership match for the championship title. We have Io Shirai versus Bianca Belair versus Mia Yim versus Candice LeRae. You know, watching these guys definitely reminded me of watching Bayley, Sasha Banks, you know, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair tear up the scene. You know, I think these women could be your next 4 horsewomen of the NXT, and women to watch out for here. Seem to be, for the most part, to be Shirai and Yim, and then Belair and LeRae. Then, of course, it switched a little bit to Shirai and Belair and Yim and LeRae. LeRae wins with a beautiful moonsault. A lot of people not too happy with that storyline-wise. I don't know, I can consider this my complete reset button. So as far as this being their first official broadcast onto the network, the USA Network, of course, so it's going to be my complete reset, and I'm not really knowledgeable of all the past storylines and stuff going on, but this is my reset into the NXT universe, so I gotta kind of, you know, I kind of forgive that one, but like I said, a lot of people were angry because LeRae hasn't had many matches, and there's just, I gotta forgive that because I don't really know a lot of that. But of course, then after the match, LeRae has a standoff with this Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, and her horsewomen. They had this little standoff on the ramp to end the match. So we move on to the second half, which was started up with Pete Dunne versus Arturo Ruas. Real mat-based from the beginning. I didn't know much about Arturo Ruas, so of course this had just come out, the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Top 500, and I did note that Arturo was in here, and I'll just give you a brief synopsis on this man. Give me 1 second here, he's in here. I found it. Number 483, Arturo Ruas, 5'11", 220 pounds. Holy shit. Anyways, formerly known as Adrian Jowd, the Brazilian grappling specialist, was an unbeaten freestyle wrestling champion, a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and well-versed in capoeira and aikido. Competing in NXT and Evolve, has collected wins over Josh Briggs, Manzor, and Anthony Henry. Main finisher is a brutal spinning back kick. Okay, so that's what Top 500 has to say about him. Had to say that one thing I didn't like was you got Pete Dunne here, and he's got this articulate kind of, you know, submission-based arm move, and it's like this very pinpoint accurate articulation of the hand, and he's taking the hand and he's putting it on the mat, and he's bending the arm back, and he snaps the arm, he stomps the arm. He's done that like twice now, and he grabs the hand and he's, you know, pinpointing on this, working on the arm, and then all of a sudden this guy, he does a cartwheel. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, this dude just grabbed your fingers, put your arm to the mat, and oh my god, made this most sickening sound when it snapped off the mat. It sounded like it broke his arm. But then to see him turn around and do a cartwheel right after that, kind of, I mean, come on, man, really? But Ruas reminded me of Josh Wood, The Goods, Josh Woods. He reminded me of that kind of push that he got in ROH when he won that championship tournament or whatever that was. It was reminding me of him a lot. Of course, Dunn ultimately wins with a hand snap, joint manipulation, arm submission. That was a really good match. And we move on to Xia Li versus Aaliyah with Vanessa Bourne. This was another very fast match, and my network was coming off and on, and I was having a little bit of problems with the network, so I didn't get to see all this match, but I know it was a really, really fast one. By the time I turned around, Xia had hit a windmill kick, and it was all over. When we had this NXT group come out, former Sanity guy, this is this British group. They'd come out. Like I said, I was experiencing issues with my WWE network, but the time that the network had quit buffering, these guys had started coming out. This was the debut of this group called Imperium, and I guess this was to bring in to the scene Walter, this omnipotent force that has been terrorizing the UK scene. Walter explains to the crowd Imperium and his soldiers there, and they're here to restore honor and tradition. And of course they were interrupted by Kushida, who was scheduled to be in action there. There was a small exchange there. I kind of thought, oh boy, they're gonna turn this into a Hideo Itami situation. They're gonna squash this guy right away because Walter's this big omnipotent force, and of course he's got this guy coming out here. He's gonna squash him right away. But no, there was a little quick exchange between the two of them there, which kind of made them both look strong. And then they kind of butted heads, and a match was demanded there, but I don't know if it was official. I'm pretty sure it was, but it moved us into this #1 cruiserweight contendership match here. So to finish this off, we had the #1 cruiserweight contender match. This was Oney Lorcan versus Lio Rush. This was a very fast-paced match. It was nice to see Lio fly again, nice to see Lio on TV again. I was a big fan of him being the mouthpiece for Bobby Lashley. This match gave me big Cesaro versus Sami Zayn vibes from the original, redo of NXT. Of course, Rush wins with a Spanish fly and then a split leg frog splash. And like I said, this is probably my favorite match of the night here. These guys really held a good match, and I enjoyed that. And this moved us on to Matt Riddle versus Killian Dane, which was a street fight. This was a total 90s Attitude Era type of match. They battled into the parking lot, they battled in backstage, and it just basically devolved into this big brawl to where all the groups of NXT, all the factions were fighting, and they went to the ring, and then basically the whole locker room spilled out, and they were all fighting, and no order could be controlled, and Killian Dane's out here doing suicide dives, and it basically just ended, which I didn't like, of course, but that it ends the match, so it ends the night anyway. There was no conclusion, I guess a draw you would call that, no contest. Of course, the whole locker room needed to be dispersed and, moved around, so I guess you would call that a no contest, or like I said, whatever. But, basically, pretty good showing for the first episode of NXT on the USA Network. I really enjoyed it. It was a good show. It didn't feel too much wrestling, even for, well, I guess I'm not the casual fan, but it didn't feel like too much wrestling to me. It didn't get to that point where, oh, I gotta watch it, or I gotta go do something else. No, it was a lot of straight wrestling, straight forth, and I enjoyed it. I'm eager to see what the wars bring out of each other. You know, AEW brings out, NXT, what NXT is going to bring out of them. And, you know, I know, of course, the Cynics are going to have their stay, but me, I'm interested in this war, and I'm glad there's a Wednesday Night War on TV back. But I guess that ends this episode of the Duke's Dive, and I'll end this by saying check out Smart Mark Alley on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever your social media platforms. Go ahead and check out Rope to Rope Entertainment on all your social media platforms. You know, big show coming up at the Liberty Arena, October 26th. Liberty Rising. We got, you know, Cody Adams making his in-ring debut. Not in-ring debut, but his return to the ring, excuse me. You got guys like Rob Cook, you got guys like LDC, Joey P, the Prince of Purchase, our hero, and maybe this Friday we'll get something with Joey P, but yeah, it's going to be a really good show down there October 26th at the Liberty Arena. I hope to see you guys all there that are local, and like I said, come on out and support us. Liberty Rising, our return to the Liberty Arena, and I don't know, maybe it might not be our last time there. I think that there's going to be a lot of shows coming up there at the Liberty Arena, so keep your eyes peeled on the Northern Tier Wrestling Facebook page. Like I said, Rope to Rope, Smart Mark Alley. Check us all out on social media, and with that being said, this has been the Duke's Dive. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next week. Alright guys, I just wanted to come on here at the end of the video here and talk to you a little bit about Pro Wrestling Illustrated PWI 500 here. I know you guys seen me read a little bit from it earlier here, but I wanted to come on here and give our major props out to the guys that we know, the guys that have been Smart Mark Alley affiliated and approved since day one. And let me start here real quick. It's not going to take too long, trust me. I'm not reading every name off of here. I just wanted to read some of the names that, you know, were Smart Mark Alley approved, and there's a lot of them in here this year. So, of course, I'm not reading the big names from New Japan Wrestling, Ring of Honor, WWE. Most I'm going to do here is, give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so first off we have Tracy Williams. Tracy Williams, of course, we've seen at True wrestle Tony Deppen for the Independent Wrestling TV. No, I don't think it was for that. I'm mistaken. But it was, I think, their Independent Wrestling TV debut. Something like that. But we've seen Tracy Williams wrestle Tony Deppen. Now, Tony Deppen should have been here too, by the way. But Tracy Williams is billed at 5'11", 185 pounds. He is hot sauce. Had a banner year capturing the AIW Absolute title and the Powerbomb TV Independent title. Picked up wins over some of indie wrestling's biggest names along the way. Now a member of the ROH roster, he's poised to reach the next level of success. Another one real quick is someone who's becoming one of my favorite deathmatch guys. Old Manster, Mance Warner, billed at 6'1", 215 pounds. He's an independent standout, captured CZW's title in 2018 by defeating Ricky Shane Page. I didn't know that. Would also go on to wrestle for MLW. I do know that. Showed promise despite a match loss to Mexican legend LA Park in March. He also lost to former CZW champ Matt Tremont at the company's Tournament of Death in 2019. Okay, so now we move on to our locals, our real close guys, and this is a great way to start that one off. That number 243, we have the one true ace, Ace Austin, built at 5'9", 174 pounds. He won the PWR Scramble title at Daytona's Rockstar Pro in September and held the strap through the end of the evaluation period. He beat Rich Swann in MLW. He garnered wins over Damian Hyde, P.D. Williams, and Jake Austin in Impact. Aerialist is just 22 years old. The next one on here we have that I want to mention is... Next one I wanted to mention was one Joe Gacy, who appeared at number 304 this year, excuse me. Built at 6 foot tall, 249 pounds, a two-time former CZW heavyweight champion, won the Evolve Tag Team title with Eddie Kingston in March, held the MCW Maryland Rage TV title for 2 months this spring, Chainsaws and No Frills brawler trained by DJ Hyde and John Dahmer, successfully defended the Excite heavyweight title against Pentagon Jr. in March. That was supposedly a good show. At number 335 we have LSG, built at 5'10", 202 pounds. One half of the team Coast to Coast with Shaheem Ali, earned an ROH Tag Team title against the Briscoes in September 2018, but the team is still looking to break out the mid-card and establish itself as a viable title threat. Signature moves include the cross-face chicken wing and the butterfly suplex. Now honestly, next guy here, I'll be frank with you, I thought he would have been up into the upper 200s, if not the 150 mark, but we got at number 368, Jonathan Gresham, built at 5'4", 175 pounds. He's a technical virtuoso. He won the IWC Pennsylvania Super Indie title and the Crash Mexico Cruiserweight title this year. When not wrestling, he works as a trainer at the ROH Dojo. He defeated TJP in the opening of the 2019 King of the Indies tournament, but also lost to Dragon Lee in the semis. But he's had an incredible year, and we've seen him down at SWO some couple years ago. He was a hard one for us to nail down. We'd seen him one time, and we were supposed to see him several other times even before and after that, but his conflict schedules happened. But at the same time, he is now signed exclusively to Ring of Honor under a Ring of Honor contract. Next up at 391 we have everybody's favorite, I know he's my favorite, Facade, the Neon Ninja. 6 foot, 190 pounds, the Neon Ninja is a crowd favorite thanks to his aerial artistry, also known as the Aerial Assassin, because of his love for spray paint art. Became a 2-time Remix Pro Ohio champion when he won a 4-way for the vacant title in September 2018. Next on here at 396 we have a New York favorite, an old school classic guy, Colin Delaney. 5'9", 170 pound, Rochester native, held the UPW New York No Limit title from August 2018 through January 2019. The extremely cute wrestler made some appearances back in WWE in 2018, including bouts on 205 Live, opened a comic book shop's aerial eatery named Pop Rock in Rochester last year. Wow, I never knew that was Delaney. I always heard about that and I thought that was a cool place to go to, but I never knew it was Colin Delaney. And I can't wait till Smart Mark Alley makes our debut at UPW. It's got to be happening one of these days, ladies and gentlemen. UPW looks really awesome. At number 414 this year, we have one of my favorites, one of my all-time favorites, the Devil's Favorite Outlaw, the Deathmatch Asgardian Stockade. He makes number 414. He's built at 510 pounds. 5'10", 285 pounds. The Devil's Outlaw is a ham-fisted brawler with a bad attitude and bad intentions. He won the 2019 American Championship Entertainment New Jersey Heroes Cup tournament in February. He held the Ace Tag title with Bro Pritchard, and he won the Ace Chance of a Lifetime Rumble in late 2018. So now I'm going to speed read here through a couple of these last ones here, if you don't mind. We got at number 444, a PPW favorite, Dante Calabero, 6 foot at 200 pounds, swaggering Puerto Rico native, completed the Triple Crown in Maryland Wrestling, winning the Rage TV Tag Team titles twice and MCW Heavyweight title. A rising star in ROH, he competed in both 2018 and 2019 Top Prospect tournaments. Finisher is a trapped arm DDT. Next up we have Joe Keys. At number 448, he's 5'10", 205 pounds. Swipe right and find a 5-star match. Baltimore native won the Maryland Championship Wrestling Rage TV title in April with a victory over Joe Gacy. He competed in the 2019 ROH Top Prospect Tournament, losing to Dante Calabero in the opening round. Won the 2018 Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup Tournament. Wow. So next up we have Next up, we got Anthony Gaines at 465, 5'11", 176. He held the ESW New York Interstate title for 364 days from November 2017 through November 2018, defeated Nick Ondo for the UPS New York 585 Live title in May 2018, but lost that to Cheech 1 month later, currently embroiled in a war against the Caesar's Army of the ESW Originals. Next up, we got Camp's favorite, we got Kevin's favorite, we got the Hybrid. At number 470, Sean Carr. He's billed at 6'3", 210 pounds, Binghamton, New York native. Defeated Evander James to claim the vacant PPW title in November 2018. He held the Excite title from June 2017 through November 2018, losing it to MJF in a four-way bout. The Hybrid is a former ECWA champion. Go-to moves include the super kick, the second rope moonsault, and a tombstone pile driver. Next up at 478 we have Bro Keller, 6'1", 195 pounds, three-time ACWP Pennsylvania champion. Defeated Victor Benjamin in a wild no DQ, no count out battle in November 2018. Won a tournament to capture the vacant PTPW Washington DC title in May. Challenged for the Chikara Young Lions Cup in June and trained by Twisted Tate. And at 480 we have the Warhorse, Jake Parnell. The Warhorse defeated, he's 5'8" at 175. The Warhorse defeated Christian Rose in a cage match to win the 0-1 USA title in Illinois in March. Also held the BLP Indiana Midwest Championship and the 0-1 Junior Heavyweight during the evaluation period. Was named Missouri Wrestling Revival Future Star Wrestler of the Year 2017. Awesome accomplishments. At number 482, we have KC Navarro, billed at 5'5", 140 pounds. The Sugar Rush is a two-time SWF New Jersey Cruiserweight champion. Competed in Impact and CZW during the evaluation period. Scored wins over Ethan Page and Dante Calabero. Puts his body on the line with an array of suicide dives and dangerous flips. Next up, we got 488, Jimmy Lloyd, 5'10", 200 pounds. Hardcore specialist is scored a win over the Great Sasuke to advance to the finals of the 2019 GCW New Jersey Tournament of Survival. Beat John Wayne Murdoch in a Shattered Dreams Panes of Glass match at the 2019 Tournament of Death. Lost to Anthony Gangone in opening of the 2019 Shane Shamrock Cup. Next up we got is 492, one of the best out there, Jamie Senegal, 5'9", 174 pounds. The Punk Rock Queen is a two-time ACW Pennsylvania Cruiserweight champion and a former ACW Heavyweight champion. Defeated Colby Carino, another favorite of ours, in an Everything Goes match in September 2018, trained by Supremely Great and Twisted Tate. Often competes in intergender matches with mixed results. Top moves are the spinning back kick and sliced bread number 2. Next up we got is, at 499, Fox Vineyard. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 5'10", 250 pounds. The Kaleidoscope of Chaos has been featured on ROH's Future of Honor roster and debuted on Impact in June in a bout against Madman Fulton. Won the PPW Pennsylvania No Limits title in May. The top moves include the Topanga Unchained Corkscrew Power, Unscrewed Power Slam, and the Spark Killer Torture Rack Stunner Combo. So with that being said, that was everybody that I cared about in the Pro Wrestling Illustrated PWI 500 this year. Go out, grab the PWI 500, support wrestling, and once again, goodbye from the Duke of Disputation, and you have a great week. We'll catch you next week right here on Smart Mark Alley as the Duke's Dive continues. I'd be remiss if I didn't at least name this guy. We've only seen him at least a couple times, but he's been around the area for a very long time. At number 437, we have Ty Awesome, billed at 5'9", 170 pounds. The Maryland Miracle is also known for his awesome 450 splash, popular underdog, had his day when he defeated Mike Law to become ECWA Heavyweight Champion in December 2018, and he lost that title to Joey Ace in April. Fearless competitor with a high-risk style and plenty of heart.